And all fight fans live around the world from the HMV Forum, Kentish Town, London, England, we have arrived to the Super Saturday main event of the evening. 5 rounds scheduled for the CWFC Vacant Lightweight Championship of the World. This bout is brought to you by Hippodrome Casino. The 3 judges scoring at cage side of the 10-point must system: Ben Cartledge, David Leatherby, and Mark Collette. And when the action begins inside the cage, your referee in charge, Mark Goddard. And now, fight fans, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. The world is ready. London, England, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in officially 154 pounds. This professional brings a record that stands at 14 victories and 5 defeats. Fighting out of 5 Scotland, here is Stevie Braveheart Ray! And next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Also a mixed martial artist, he stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. He weighed in 154 and 1/3 pounds. His professional record in 17 bouts, 13 victories, 4 defeats. Fighting out of Bishop's Auckland, England, here is Curt the Warburton. Once again, referee Mark Goddard.
Hey guys, try to understand the rules. This is to make all times, keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you stop. Touch gloves, let's do this.
Final instructions from Mark Goddard. Stevie Ray, the former champ, in the blue and white. Curt Warburton in the black with white and red trim.
Neither one of these guys.
5-minute rounds.
Neither one of
Cage
these
Warriors
guys.
World Lightweight title. I'm sorry, Josh.
That's all right. I was just going to say, neither one of these guys has let their eyes move off their opponent since they entered the cage. Perhaps the feeling of some unfinished business for Stephen Ray here.
Ray out to prove that he's improved since he last fought Curt Warburton, that he's worthy of holding the Cage Warriors title again.
Both guys, a lot of support in their camps. Of course, Dinky Ninjas up in Glasgow for Stephen Ray. NEVT out of the Bad Boy Training Centre up in Newcastle for Curt Warburton. Just a huge stable of fighters up there.
Really impressive, the amount of support in the building tonight for both these guys. Thunderous applause for Stevie Ray, the same for Curt Warburton. Curt up at the opposite end of the country, Stevie even further north in Scotland. Fantastic turnout from both their fans.
It's going to be interesting to see how Curt Warburton's developed since the last time these two fought, because of course it was quite a few months ago, but the only time we've seen Curt Warburton, he got the job done very quickly in just 49 seconds. A lot more cage time we've seen from Stephen Ray here on Cage Warriors.
Stephen seems to be the faster right now. That head kick right there. Just, he's kind of been jumping in and kick back. So
I think one really interesting battle is going to be what happens in this clinch. Stephen Ray with powerful takedowns, but I'm told from some of Curt's training partners that trying to hold him on the ground is so much easier said than done.
Yeah, and that's the one thing about him is just his explosion. He's been able to jump and he's real quick closing distances and hasn't committed to doing anything yet, but I think it's just to let you know, letting Curt know, hey, I can close this distance really fast.
Fantastic all-rounder is Curt Warburton, as you pointed out, Josh, wins via a variety of methods. And he started his career known initially as just a striker, really evolved over the years. Of course, a lot of experience at the highest level. Nice left hand there by Stevie Ray, the southpaw.
Already see some reddening on the open side ribcage of Curt Warburton. Of course, this toe-to-toe stance, Stevie Ray, the southpaw, It does change things considerably, as you see again that rear kick firing up the open side, right up the guard of Curt Warburton.
And you just get the feeling, Jens, that this is going to be a real war of attrition between these two lightweights.
Yeah, I think because again, because you got a righty versus a lefty, you have each other opened up, and it's a longer reach for your power. So your power is wide open, and you're trying to go into, and that's what you're going to be out there delivering. Your jab hands are right next to each other, your lead legs, but who's going to really start digging? You can kind of tell with Steve, you look at the leg of Curt. So he's doing the lead leg, he's trying to pick at that. But then you look at the rib cage on the other side of Curt, he's using that, you know what I mean, with the power side and the liver.
I mean, you can see in this toe-to-toe stance, both guys trying to step their lead foot to the outside of their opponent. That's going to give them the better line of drive and angle for that power backhand. You see both guys, they're trying to fight over who's going to get that outside line.
Yeah, and then it just, as you just keep moving basically sideways till you hit the cage, and someone's got to go back the other direction, or someone's got to switch it up a little bit. It's always fun. I mean, I've always been the southpaw, so it gives the righty, you know, it kind of gives them fits sometimes. The best thing they always say is a straight right hand beats a southpaw, just like a straight left beats a right-handed fighter.
And there we saw a straight left from Stevie Ray right down the pipe towards Curt Warburton.
Warburton backed off just a little bit there. Definitely got him thinking. That straight left hand from Stevie Ray.
It's a good first round for Stephen Ray so far. Perhaps just a little bit higher work rate, landing a few of the cleaner strikes, but that was a fantastic body shot from Warburton.
Nice kick to the back of that lead leg from Warburton there. Got to watch that left hand counter though when he's throwing the lead leg kick. Oblique kick there from Ray, and again kicks to the body. Stevie Ray's body marked up now as well. Big exchange of punches. Final 10 seconds of the round. Stepping knee there from Curt Warburton. Clinches up and throws some more knees. Going downstairs this time is the war. And a fast and furious finish to that first round, Jens.
That was impressive. I mean, that's real good just watching that. That was a kind of the most explosive feeling out period I've ever seen. So it'll be, I'm pumped to see how the next round, because they're both in great shape. And now it's to see who's going to get to that, you know.
Well, let's take a look back at some of the action from that first round. And it was body kicks all round.
I mean, as Jens alluded to, having the open side, both guys with their power, with a clean line straight to their opponent's chin and body. Stevie Ray doing the early work, marking up Curt Warburton.
Beautiful straight left there. We saw that a couple of times from Stevie Ray.
But this flurry to end the round was fantastic from Warburton. Drove forward, backed Stephen Ray up, good short shots on the inside. We've got to see a flash of some of these knees that Warburton can use so effectively.
Go.
Referee Mark Goddard calling seconds out. Second and 5-minute rounds if they need them.
The people back in this, if they come out this here, I'm going to stop the fight. Okay, ready? Ready, guys, let's go. Fight.
Potentially 20 more minutes of action. And as much as we love a good, exciting stoppage here at Cage Warriors, we'd like to see these guys compete for the full distance, for the sheer entertainment factor. Two incredibly talented mixed martial artists competing for the big gold belt. Curt Warburton unloading here, but he catches the right hand.
Good flurry from both guys, but standing in the pocket, somebody's going to connect, and both guys had moments there.
And you got the feeling that Warburton smelled blood there, but Ray came back and kept him honest with that short right hook.
Yeah, something inside there told Curt, all right, jump on him right now. I was pretty impressed about how fast he started bringing that flurry, and then he got caught in the middle of that.
You saw him catch the kick, and he thought about it for a second, and perhaps that split-second delay. Ray searching for a takedown now, but fantastic underhooks to meet the drive.
I think it caught Steven off. At first that flurry was happening, then he was finally able to land a right hand and kind of stagger him back.
Nice knee to the body there on the break from Curt Warburton. A lot riding on this fight for both guys. You might say, well, Stevie Ray's the much younger man. A loss at this stage in his career isn't the end of the world, but that would be two losses in 2 fights to Curt Warburton. He doesn't want that on his ledger. He wants to get revenge for that earlier defeat.
I mean, unquestionably, there's so much on the line for either one of these guys, just for very different reasons. And, you know, both guys are going to be eager to walk away with the victory here tonight.
Curt Warburton told me in Newcastle before his Cage Warriors debut, I came here to get the best fights against the toughest fighters, and I came here for the gold. It's potentially just over 17 minutes away from him. Curt Warburton, Stevie Ray throwing down for the Cage Warriors World Lightweight Championship. A lot of mutual respect here. Former champ Stevie Ray flicking the hips, trying to keep Warburton guessing. Spinning wheel kick fell just short.
I mean, what I like is both guys are mixing up their target areas, finding different points to strike. There's a lot of damage on the lead leg for Curt Warburton. Surprised Stephen Ray isn't going that well. Well, I was about to say, isn't going there a little bit more, but we see him just narrowly miss that one.
It seems more that Stephen is up to keeping the distance and kind of, you know, prodding 1, 2, the big shots like that. And then Warburton, he's the one that's going to, he'll close this up again and go into another flurry. You can kind of just see him. He doesn't want to be outside. He's got to get inside and create another one of those flurries, and that's what he's done so well in the first round.
James, you know all about fighting 5 rounds for a lightweight title. How do these body shots come to bear, especially as you're moving into the 3rd, 4th, 5th round?
Oh, at the very beginning, you're thinking to yourself, all right, this is nothing. This is all right. 3rd round, 4th round, you're like, man, these are hurting. I block one of these, something, you know. But again, it's the one that left to the liver that you don't see. That's the one that hurts the worst.
And of course, in this toe-to-toe stance, the liver is really open to that power shot for Stephen Ray to land on Curt Warburton.
Yeah, and it's just a risk versus reward. It's one of the things we tell fighters. You know, if I'm throwing a jab and you're hitting me with the right hand, okay, that's a bad trade. But if I can go in there and I'm throwing my, you know, my kitchen sink, I'm bringing my farm, and I'm going for that liver, hey, you know, I mean, yes, he can throw the power shot on his side, but that's that trade. Risk, reward, what is it? Well, it's a one-hitter quitter. If I land it, I may go down, you know, but I'm going to risk the farm to try and throw it. So it's just one of those things you kind of just have to look at it as a risk versus reward when you're open like that, because you do expose a lot of yourself when you're throwing with your left hand or your right hand.
Oh, good left hand over the top from Stephen Ray.
And the fans of Stevie Ray getting behind their man, making a lot of noise, stamping their feet. Final 10 seconds of the 2nd round. Nice straight push kick there from Ray. Really targeting the body of Curt Warburton. Touch of gloves there at the end of that 2nd round. Show respect between these 2 great athletes.
Very close round once again. Both these guys really trading shot for shot, kick for kick.
Let's take a look back, Josh, at some of that action. And again, it's the body kicks that really have been the story of this fight.
Yeah, this was a good flurry from Warburton, but he gets caught here with a right hand.
And there it was. Slightly dropped their hips out from under him. Very side kick from Stevie Ray there.
Yeah, diverse array of kicks being thrown by Stephen Ray. None finding with a tremendous amount of power, but he is racking up the shots to the body and on that lead leg.
Jens, as we look back at these replays, we've seen 2 really close rounds. At what point does one of these guys say, you know what, these rounds could have gone either way, I'm going to change it up, I'm going to do something else?
You know, I think the one I'm waiting for is Curt. Curt is the one, he's been the one that's initiated the scrambles. He's initiated picking up the pace, going after it. Right now, Stephen he's good with just trying to land and throw the lead kick and land that left hand right there. He's good at, I mean, he's not really feeling the urge to try and move forward and go after it. Warburton, that's the one who's coming out. He's the one moving forward. And he wants to, you can tell like he's getting anxious.
Nice kick to the inside of that league lead there from Curt Warburton. Brad Wharton calling the action here for you in our Cage Warriors Super Saturday main event. Alongside me, Josh Palmer, Jens Little Evil Pulver. A fantastic night of fights here at Super Saturday, and another one unfolding right before our eyes. The chess match for the lightweight gold, Curt Warburton, Stevie Ray.
These guys are clearly so evenly matched on the feet, and a lot of respect between these two. I mean, they've gone 15 minutes before. 11 so far down in this main event.
Plenty of time for either man to stamp their authority, and a nice left there from Stevie Ray.
And it's one of those things, the margins for error are so small in these kind of exchanges. If one guy thinks, right, I'm going to change the tempo, surge forward, you know, we've already seen the other guy's got the power to land that counter shot. And that can sometimes mean that you just get these fights where they feel each other out, throwing these single strikes.
Steven's left hand has been that's been the big one for him right now. I think he needs to try to double that up and bring the hook, behind it. See the overhand left, set it up with the jab a little bit, do the feints, get him, try to bite it, and then bring it in.
Again, we're seeing Curt being the aggressor, but it has to be said, Stevie Ray perhaps getting the better of the exchanges in this third round.
He's doing everything he can to try and keep Warburton away as well. You see him keep throwing that side kick to the thigh. Trying to go low, really stop the forward momentum of Warburton.
It's allowing him to control the distance, control the range, really tee up that straight left hand.
Yeah, Curt has kind of gotten to that. He's now just making sure he blocks that one punch that's being thrown at him, but he's still moving forward just enough. It's almost, I don't know what he's waiting on or what, that he's gonna have to at some point bite down and create this.
Fancy footwork there from Stevie Ray.
He's got to create this kind of momentum. Pick it up, pick up the pace, pick up the fighting, and just start throwing combos and try to get the scrambles going.
'Tense atmosphere here at the Kentish Town Forum. Both sets of fans making a tremendous amount of noise here in the arena. A real chess match taking place here between Stevie Ray and Curt Warburton.
Yeah, neither one of these guys attempting a takedown as of yet, happy to trade it out on the feet, and it's a very close exchange. But as we've said several times, it'd be nice to see one guy really change that tempo, try and catch the other off guard, and commit to 1, 2, 3, 4 punches along with some good footwork.
Head kick there from Curt Warburton. Kicks from Warburton starting to pick up here, keeping Stevie Ray guessing.
It's always easier said than done, but yeah, we need the one that's going to start putting his combos together a little better.
Oh, spinning back kick to
Do a
the
little
face.
something off keel.
And look at the hips now, Stevie Ray. He's been doing that throughout this round, switching the hips like that. Is he going to load up the left? Is he going to spin with a kick?
I could see a hook kick coming up the inside as well, just to offer the different targets.
Just that slight switch of stance to keep his opponent guessing. Probably all he needs to throw Curt Warburton off. Final 10 seconds of the third round. Stevie Ray again cocking the left back. Warburton with a body kick. Ray catches it. 3 rounds in the bag once again. And once again we move to our championship frames, Josh.
We certainly do. Second time tonight. These guys only had 3 rounds the last time they went at it. They've got 2 more to fill up now, but it's a very close even match. Neither guy really seeming able to take control of this one. Let's take a look at some of the replays from that third round.
There's that left. Oh, love that straight left.
Straight down the pipe from Stevie Ray. We saw a varied arsenal of kicks from Braveheart.
Man,
The young Scotsman.
Curt's changing it up, kicking low, and then flicking it up high. They're doing, I mean, here comes now the spinning. I mean, these guys are doing as evenly matched as they are. You know, you can tell they're trying to live life a little dangerous, but man, you know, it's pretty cool to watch.
Well, for the second time this evening, we move into the championship rounds. Stevie Ray in the blue and white, Curt Warburton in the black, with red and white trim. Brad Wharton, James Pulver, Josh Palmer. Privileged to call Super Saturday Parts 1 and Part 2. I'm privileged to call the action right here in our lightweight world championship bout.
Warburton seeming as though he's going to employ a bit more movement, a few more feints now. Certainly both guys seeming slightly more frantic at the start of this fourth round.
Very focused look on the face of Curt the War Warburton. Perhaps been told by his corner that those first 3 rounds are very close. He needs to go out and stamp his authority on the championship rounds.
That's a bit better. I mean, the best time to hit a guy is when he's trying to hit you and he's withdrawing his punches. You follow him back, you know, and it's the time he's most off guard and most vulnerable. And neither one of these guys seems to want to commit to that. They're happy to try and absorb a strike, give a strike. And somebody's just got to commit to this and say, I'm going to follow you back straight through the gap. And I'm going to take this one.
Yeah, that back and forth, you know, we always talk about, like, you see the guy who shoots the three-pointer and they leave the hand dangling up in the air. Look at this, so when you do that, you throw your punch out there and you don't bring it back as fast as you throw it out there. That's when you can capitalize on somebody. It's how fast they reset it from one punch to the next punch in their combination. And otherwise you're getting just that back and forth. I'll do a hit, now you do a hit. I'll do a hit, you do a hit.
Ray now trying to turn the aggression up, trying to go after Curt Warburton.
Nice to see Stephen Ray take the center of the cage for one of the first times in this encounter, but Warburton trying to march him backwards now.
We saw Stevie Ray do 2 fights in one night when he won the Cage Warriors title back in 2013. We saw him go deep in his first title defense. We know he can still operate at a high level in the championship rounds, and he's doing that here tonight. Curt Warburton, though, showing no signs of slowing down either. Exchange is getting a bit wilder here. Halfway through the fourth round. 7.5 minutes to go. Nice kick to the body there from Warburton. Big left hand from Ray.
You can hear Pete Irving in the corner of Curt Warburton saying, follow it up, exactly what we were saying. When Ray throws, he's got to go straight back after him, try and capitalize on that very short gap before Ray can reset.
James, we talked about the physical fitness, but how big of a factor is mental strength at this point during the fight?
Oh, it's everything right now. Again, nobody's really trying to make that break. No one's wanting to give that inch, you know what I mean? They're not willing to take a shot to try and land 2. They're still in that, you can't get yourself out of that quote-unquote safe mode. It's like sometimes you just can't get yourself to take that risk, you know, to go after that belt. Just depends where they're at. Both of them look like they're starting to loosen up and break out of their, you know, their comfort zone, and then we start to see scrambles like this.
Ray looked for that single leg momentarily, but Warburton able to shrug him off with ease, and we can actually see some damage on the face of Stephen Ray now. A bit of blood coming from the nose of the Scotsman.
Curt Warburton's corner were absolutely imploring him to go after Stevie Ray off the back of that failed takedown. Seems the moment's passed now. Warburton looking stony-faced as ever.
I mean, this is going to be a very tough one for the judges to score each of these rounds. So close. I've got to be honest, I've completely lost track of where we are in this.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Jet lag alone, I'm not allowed to call. I shouldn't be allowed to judge a fight. Oh, good right hand.
Pete Irving in the corner of Curt Warburton, screaming for Curt to go straight at his opponent.
He wants pressure, he wants the shots landed, the points scored, and the round secured.
A little touch of gloves there. Bit of respect. Final 10 seconds. Stevie Ray switching the hips again. Gotta watch for that spinning hook kick or the big left hand. And we go to the 5th and final round. Anyone's game here.
I've got to say, if both corners are not going into this cage and saying to their fighter, everything you have got for 5 minutes, your entire life on the line now, it's too close to call. Somebody has got to try and take this one.
Let's take a look at some of the action from that 4th round. Nice kick to the body to start things off from Curt Warburton. Ray coming in for a takedown. He took a couple of short shots there.
Yeah, Ray
Warburton punching to the head and body.
Ray trying the takedown but shrugged off. And Warburton a bit more active in that one, finding the mark a couple of times. Spinning wheel kick did find the target, but just not enough zip on it in the end.
Josh, as you said, both corners at this stage must be imploring their fighter to go for the finish. Regardless of what the corners think, they must understand that the judges probably could have this either way.
Yeah, it's too close to call. Somebody has got to take a chance here. They've got to risk it, because I've got to say, neither corner can be certain of which way this is currently going.
Show of respect between Ray and Warburton. It's the main event of Super Saturday, the 5th and final round. Stevie Ray, Curt Warburton, everything to play for. Here in London, Brad Wharton, Josh Palmer, Jens Pulver calling the final 5 minutes of Super Saturday action. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Again, there's more movement from both of these guys at the start of this round. They're just implying that the work rate's going to be higher. Let's see if that actually comes to fruition as Ray wings that left hand.
A look of urgency on the face of Curt Warburton. Searching out an opening.
See, sometimes, I mean, you're telling yourself, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, but you just get into that mindset, you just get into that rhythm that you've been in for the last 4 rounds, and you just can't do it. Both of them look like they have this anxiousness on their face, like they're ready to
just want to pull that trigger.
They want to pull, but you go first. No, you go first. You go first. You know, nobody's nice.
Ray with the takedown.
He must have heard me. He must have
Hold that
heard me.
fence again.
Changing level in very well. Pushing Warburton up against the cage. You can see Warburton trying to post that right hand. Ray's going to keep stripping that grip. And well back up to the feet for Curt Warburton.
And it's not very often we see someone get up from a Stevie Ray takedown that quick, Josh.
No, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. Use the cage to his advantage. Right foot on the hip to try and push Stephen Ray away, and worked his way back to standing position very quickly indeed.
Stevie Ray trying to tee something up. Warburton answering him back. Just under 2 minutes into this round, 3 left to play with. Could it be the final 3 minutes that decides this championship bout? Could it be the final 3 minutes, which tells us who our next Cage Warriors World Lightweight Champion will be? Stevie Ray, Curt Warburton, looking to take that big gold belt home.
I mean, if anything, hopefully that brief takedown from Stephen Ray will convince him that he can do it again, and at the same time it will spur Warburton to think, I might just be a little bit behind in this final round.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, again, you know they want to do it. I really don't know a clear winner in this fight. As much, again, that takedown, okay, you know, the little things each of them have done, a little ring generalship, at most, but they just can't seem to break out of that. They just can't get that level of respect. Good left hand by Steven. That level of respect that they have, that inability to just kind of fight down and let it go.
Warburton took that shot and smiled. Final 2 minutes of the 5th and final round. Everything to play for. Nice body kick from Stevie Ray. Perhaps you're seeing it differently at home. Do let us know via social media. At Cage Warriors on Twitter. Use the hashtag Super Saturday. Who have you got winning this fight? We'd love to hear your tweets. We'd love to read your tweets. And Ray winding up that left hand a little bit there.
Right. He started doing a little. He started playing a little bit.
Big head kick. Warburton took that one on the gloves.
Warburton's got to do something here. He's got to go forward because most of the output in this final round has come from Stephen Ray.
Completely agree, Josh. Spinning back fist missed.
Kicked him in his butt for doing it.
Warburton seems to have stalled a little bit in this final round. Ray turning up the tempo ever so slightly. Final minute here at Super Saturday. Ray going downstairs to the body with the left that time. Straight back up to the head.
This fight has had me watching it for the most part throughout the whole 5 rounds. Just waiting, just to see, you know, who's going to try and just fight down and let it go.
Final 20. And they're both calling for action. The corners are calling for action. Final 10 seconds. Stevie Ray fires up the head kick. Is Curt Warburton going to go for something here? Are we going to see a final flourish? And there's the buzzer. Both men put their hands in the air. Will it be Stevie Ray? Will it be Curt Warburton?
You know what, Brad? I'm normally not shy about calling who could potentially win a fight, but I've got to say, I just don't know. I have no idea about that fight.
My instinct is Stevie Ray.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised in the slightest if Curt Warburton took it. We're not judges. We've got guys who are much better than us at judging doing that. And we're going to see some replays now of the 5th and final round.
I mean, Stephen Ray with the most significant actions of that 5th round. Undoubtedly, good driving takedown here. Wasn't able to put it to too much use, but he landed some other good shots as well. Probably taking the 5th round by the narrowest of margins.
I believe Stevie Ray took that 5th and final round. As for the other 4, I genuinely have no idea. Our judges currently tallying their scorecards. And we're just a few moments away from crowning a new Cage Warriors lightweight world champion.
I mean, they went to a close decision last time out. They've done it again over that extended championship rounds, 25 minutes of back and forth.
Well, the time is here, folks. The judges' scores have been tallied. Joe Martinez is in the cage with the official decision.
And now, fight fans, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges. And here are the scorecards. David Leatherby scores at 50-45 for Ray. Ben Cartledge, 48-47 for Warburton. And Judge Mark Collette has it 48-47. Your winner by split decision and new CWFC lightweight champion of the world, Stevie Braveheart Ray!
Stevie Ray is the 2-time Cage Warriors lightweight champion of the world. He gets his revenge by the narrowest of margins. Heartache for Curt Warburton.
Split decision win tells you just how close that one was.
Absolutely phenomenal fight here in London. We are back in August 16th. We go to Dublin, Ireland for the next edition of Cage Warriors 70, coming at you from the Helix Dublin on August 16th. The return of Joe Duffy and lots more incredible Cage Warriors action